Halloween! And welcome to the Battleground of the Gods!
Little children will take me away into a land of enchantment. Little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of shadow.
Welcome, challengers, to Battleground of the Gods, a Smite podcast. I am your host, Temp Nation, and joining me today we have Fro Double G.
Hey, ladies, what's up?
Nevea03.
I have the plague.
Willow 1771.
What's going on, bots?
And joining us today, the Mighty Schword.
Hello.
The Might Schword. Don't worry, everyone misreads it, I'm sure.
The Might. Yeah, misread it. I was thinking of the voice line. A mighty sword.
Yep.
But
A mighty storm.
they
I don't want to interrupt,
need
but I was
they
playing
need
with
to
a
change
fucking
it to be
cuckoo clown
appropriate.
yesterday that picked
Yeah.
that skin. Holy shit, is that annoying. Like,
Yeah.
happiness, I love you, but fucking Christ was I getting annoyed with that skin. Because it's like, a mighty storm, a mighty storm.
Which skin is it?
Celebration. the Chinese cuckoo.
The confetti one. Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah,
confetti
Sacred Dragon.
Sacred
Don't
Dragon Cuckoo Khan.
one. Don't give the actual Mayan one to Coffin Monkey.
He
Because
will
he
break
loves
your
that.
game.
He will break your game. Yeah.
The actual
Go on.
Mayan one? His standard skin?
No, like
Quetzalcoatl.
the. Yeah, is that what it is?
The
Quetzalcoatl.
I'd have to pull it up.
It's
Quetzal-
the
yeah,
one
it's
where he's
Quetzalcoatl.
like, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, son. That
Isn't
one.
that the Quetzalcoatl one?
Yeah.
Is it? Hold on, I'm looking at his skins right now.
Yeah, I
I
know
have
which
yeah,
it
one.
up right
Quetzal-
here.
Quetzalcoatl?
Quetzalcoatl. Yep. Yep.
Yep. That
Where
one.
He's like the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nailed it. Top tier content. Anyways,
Nailed it.
Absolutely. Best not let them get a hold of it. And
When
with that
Depp
buff,
just rambles.
you know you're gonna see it in your games.
All right, and
Now,
anyways, as usual, before we get too far into
Before-
this,
you son of a! I was legit gonna do that before we got too far into this.
the difference
You're
is I didn't have
predictable.
a depth pause. I didn't have a depth pause. I
You
was
didn't.
ready. Just went right
You
into
didn't.
it.
The Might Schword, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Who dis?
I'm a complete rando. That's who I am. The random person who joins the custom match and just leaves. I'm really just a player that just loves Smite and applied for the Olympian position, and here I am.
You're
You're
our
the
favorite rando.
Yeah, you're the favorite rando. You're the Xbox random game mode, right? Because Kitten's
We're the Xbox non-conk Olympian.
Yeah. There you go. That one.
So you're the one I need to talk to about buff timers on non-conquest.
Yeah, please make this. The two non-conquest people that are on console are in this group. Can we please, for the love of all that is holy, put the non-conquest mode buffs at the same time as the conquest buffs? It is so obnoxious.
What do you mean, like when they spawn?
No,
Yes.
like their timers.
Yes,
Yeah, their
spawn
timers.
Respawn time. The respawn timers, not spawn timers. Respawn timers.
So we've all bitched about this for a while. We mainly play Conquest, a lot of us, right? So we'll look at our mini map and be like, all right, sweet, this buff will be coming up in just a minute. We'll clear the wave, we'll run to the buff, and fucking sit there, and 3 more waves show up to meet before the buff actually spawns.
Exactly!
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right, I forgot. They take fucking forever.
Yeah, make this
Yeah.
change, please.
I brought it up.
You need to bring it up again.
Well, that's why I'm telling another Olympian. It's because
Yeah.
clearly, Fro, you're not getting it done.
Someone competent yet? I got you.
It's not my fault that they don't listen to the dude who's sitting there and be like, can Loki get a buff?
Yeah, no fucking wonder nobody listens to you.
Loki's actually fine. I haven't had problems with Loki.
You
I
can
still
ask
get him in
Tonight
all my
Sword.
arena games.
We were in the middle of an Olympian, right? Olympian meeting on Friday, and Ajax was talking, and then he mentions Loki, and I'm like, did someone say Loki?
He is constantly thwarted Ajax sides about Loki.
Oh, dude, he mentions that guy's name, and I'm like, that kid that peeks his head around the corner, and be like, what?
All
Talking
right.
about my favorite god there.
Can we wrap it up and get into games?
No, we can't, Willow. I lied. Nev, how
Hashtag
are your
won't
games?
stop,
We
can't
hardly ever
stop.
start with you.
Well, let's see. This week I did have a couple of competitive matches that I needed to play. I
Holy
substituted.
shit, you really do sound like you have the plague.
I told you guys.
I
still here.
in a couple cases this week.
Actually,
Actually,
You said
so don't worry. I won't be accosting your ears for very long today. But I did substitute for Bryce for the Obey League set that he was. He just decided he needed to take a vacation or something.
yeah, no,
so-
he just needed to go visit his family for the weekend.
Wow. But I hope I did him
Real
proud
talk,
because
Bryce.
we.
I hope you're enjoying hanging out with your daughter.
Yeah, we're just BMing. It's all out of love.
Hey, I got to stand up for him. He's the only other father on this podcast.
I hope I did him proud because we did go 2-0 and I had a 17.5 KDA. So that's my vacation gift to you, Bryce. You're welcome. XE League didn't do so great. 0-2'd. That's on Fort. And,
Did you guys play this week?
we played against Sir Waffles' team that's coached by Glacier. I think they are also in the Obey League, so they've been having a lot of competitive practice. So
I'm trying to remember who's on that team.
It was a tough set. It was a very tough set. We were supposed to play the other night, and then they had a family emergency on their side, so we rescheduled to yesterday. And we almost didn't think it was going to happen at that point because they still didn't have a sub until like a half hour beforehand. But it is what it is. Shout outs to those guys.
Did you say Sir Waffles?
Yeah, Sir Waffles.
I feel like I may owe that guy an apology now that I think about it.
Uh-oh.
Well, Rick was restreaming or casting our games, right, against Bryce. And they're just trolling around. And Waffles, which I had no idea who the fuck it was in there, like, talking shit. And, like, talking shit about my gameplay. I'm like, excuse me, who the fuck are you? Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Leave me alone. Like, I had no idea who he was, and he just roasted my gameplay. It's like, you can, like, just fuck off. Like, literally.
Oh, no. No,
And now it's making a lot more sense. Now that you, like, say it out loud, and I'm like, oh, I think she's brought this dude up. I owe him an apology. My bad, Waffles.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Wait,
but
hold
other
on.
than that-
Before you go on, I have to address this. You were mad at the guy in chat who was harassing you about your gameplay while we listened to two people berate both teams for their play.
Those
He was
two
just
people
doing
are
what
my
they were
friends.
doing.
Those two people
Yeah, but
are
he
my
was
friends.
just doing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Yep. And it's the thing, like, they're paying attention to solo lane. Waffles talking shit about duo lane. It's like, go fuck yourself. We're not even at duo lane right now, bud. We'll get back to that, okay? Hold
They're
on.
not even over there. Waffles watching the mini map. He's like, what's going on over there in the long lane? Huh?
I know you're not paying attention, but Cuckoo soloed. Lol.
Oh, but other than that, I did do a warm-up. I solo queued Conquest, which is a very rare thing for me to do, but I've decided I needed to start doing it because I need more Conquest practice.
I'm sorry for your
Regardless-
loss.
Did you play ranked?
No. No, dude.
If you're going to solo queue
I-
Conquest, just play ranked, Nev. Tell me why it wasn't ranked.
No.
Give me a
I'm
good
not,
excuse.
I'm
One
not
good excuse.
queuing
Why?
ranked.
Why? If you're going to solo queue Conquest, casual Conquest, which is fucking 5-man sweatier, try hard than a lot of ranked games at our levels anyways, Why not just play
No.
ranked?
No.
Man,
He's not wrong. If you're gonna solo Conquest, you might as well make it ranked.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm making it matter by practicing. Mm-hmm.
I hate solo queue. I've gotten to the point in Smite where I almost would rather just not play than solo queue. Like, if I don't have at least 3 people, I'm probably just gonna be like, I'm out. I'm gonna go play something else.
Willow, there's this great mode where you can solo queue and you'll be the only person on your team. It's called Duel.
I don't like
Definitely
duel.
recommend it. Why not? You can't blame anyone else but yourself.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
that's
still
why
don't.
he doesn't like it.
No, like, my mindset is always support focused. Like, even when I play mid, I'm still like, I'm always thinking about what the support is doing so I can follow up on him. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking, oh yeah, I can win this 1v1. I gotta out clear and then I can use my minion. Like, there's so much complexities to duel that I'm just like, nah, fuck that shit.
So it sounds like you had a pretty exciting week there, Nev.
Well, I was going to tell you about my solo queue conquest, but somebody decided to tell me about why they don't like solo queue and conquest.
All right, you can tell us.
I do solo queue and Conquest too. I'm just saying, why not play ranked? Because you were looking to improve.
Because
Ranked isn't
I
teaching
feel,
you how to improve.
For me personally, yeah,
Theoretically,
exactly.
it should be.
It's not though, because not for me, and not in my very small, minimal experience of ranked. It has not taught me to improve. Whereas in Conquest, I can try stuff. I can also plan ahead for competitive play, playing gods that are currently not available in competitive play in casual. So there's that. But anyway, I didn't
so you want to practice Persephone Nisus?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yep, just making sure.
I did not get my preferred role, but I did get my secondary role, which is carry, and I was like, well, I'm gonna lock in Cupid. It's an hour before my obey set, so I'm just gonna warm up with some Cupid. Boys, I fragged. I went 11-0, and they surrendered before we hit their Titan. And it felt great. That's why I solo queue. And not go into ranked.
Solo queue so she doesn't have to carry Fro, and ranked so she can play the fun stuff. Easy.
Optimal.
Fucking Nani? What?
Nani? But that was about it. And then, of course, the cooldowns runneth over every Sunday for the end of time. All right. Anybody else? Who's up next?
I'll go.
I'd say I got a whole hell of a lot, so I'll wait.
I don't have a ton. I wasn't here last week, so I basically have double weeks, but I don't have any like major games. I do have one that I want to talk about because I ended the game with 7k gold. So I'm Odin and I back, and we're pretty far ahead. We're playing really well. I back. We ward up fire. They come to fire. We kill them on fire. We didn't deicide them, but we pushed them out enough that we could take fire. So we take fire. We take pyro. We push in mid lane. I think we actually got a phoenix off of that because we killed like 3 of them. So we just pushed in a phoenix. I have 4 items total, and one of them is a blessing. I had boots, Gauntlet of Thebes, and I don't remember. I think I got Spirit Robe. So I had those. That's all I had for items. We then push in the T2 and left in the long lane, and we go over and we still take Gold Fury, and we're killing all their buffs, and they try and fight us again at Gold Fury, and we kill them, and there's like a Geb up. So we were like, all right, let's go to the other side of the map, take the T2 in short lane, and they tried to fight us under Phoenix. We kill them again. We take Phoenix. We ended up ending, and I realized I hadn't backed since before the Fire Giant. So I got Fire Giant, Pyromancer, 3 T2s, and 2 Phoenixes, and a Gold Fury. And at the end of the
You got
game,
money.
I looked down at my gold, and I had 7K gold, and I was like, dude, I could have almost full bought the rest of my items. And everyone's like, holy crap. Yeah, I didn't have to back. They weren't doing anything to us. And I had enough mana, because I had Guardian's Blessing's freaking OP, but I love it. Don't change it. You heard that. Don't change Guardian's Blessing.
You're fucking Odin anyways. You're loading late game. What's more items it fucking gonna do for you?
This is at like 11 or 23 minutes maybe. We got Fire Giant at like 19 minutes.
Oh, okay. So you're still relevant-ish then.
We were way ahead, like stupid ahead. And of course the Fire Giant. I do have one other game I want to talk about, and I played with a bunch of people this week. I played with Koja, I played with Stove, I played with Key, Danny. I played with everybody. There's a game. I think it was Friday.
With the world.
I think it was Friday. I think I picked Achilles. Yeah, I was Achilles support. And I've been playing Achilles again since he got his revert back to the other autos. Thank you for bringing that back.
Okay, hold up. I gotta stop you right there. There was a guy who sent me way back when Achilles got that taken away. This like 3-page like why they shouldn't have taken it away and why it feels so bad and blah 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 and all that. And I'm like, all right, man, like it's well thought out. I'll pass it along to him. Then this revert happens, right? And I get another 3-page thank you note from this guy saying how he appreciates everything we do and like it's glad to know that he's being heard and all that, and like he didn't think anything would ever happen. And I'm like, well, I mean, I just passed it along, but enough other people felt the same and they were told, so here we are.
Well, I agree that it like the animation looked really bad. The way it worked, his auto attack looked short, but the 16 unit auto attack made sense for a spear. The animation was the bad part. So instead of taking the range of the auto attack, why don't we just fix the animation? Which is what they ended up doing, and I appreciate that. I really like Achilles. This is one of my favorite gods. But anyway,
because at the current moment, Achilles was really strong.
He was really strong.
It's a real easy fix to take that off his range.
Then
he became kind of weak, and he needed the buff, and that cost a lot of money to actually change that.
No, I get the way they did it, but anyway.
Well, I'm just explaining for the listeners. Like animation changes, like they have to have like a serious need for them.
And that was one. In my opinion, that was an animation change that needed to occur.
Agreed. So it happened.
Okay, so it's myself and Stove in duo lane. And we're loading into the game, and we're looking at their team comp, and it was like, I don't even remember what the other 3 gods were, but I'm looking at their team comp, and I'm trying to figure out. They didn't have a hunter, they didn't really have like a ADC mage, and I'm like, I think this is hell carry. And then I'm looking, and they don't really have they don't have a guardian. They have a warrior, but it's like I think it was like a Wukong or something. And I'm like, Wukong support used to be a thing, but not really because he doesn't have a knock up on the 2 anymore. So he doesn't have that great a CC. And then I had noticed they have an Afro. And then they have a 3rd mage. And I'm thinking, this could be a hell Afro duo lane. And Stove says to me, I'm going to kill myself. He literally said, I'm going to kill myself because it was a double healer duo lane. And of course, we get into lane. And guess what? It's an Afro and a Hell. And at level 2, they linked up.
Neither you fuckheads bought fucking Curse, did you?
No, I did. But it wasn't worth buying Curse level 1. Like, you can't upgrade it right away because of the way you need to buy. So the effectiveness of it really tanks down. But at level 12,
why can't you buy it?
Will you
early?
Listen to me? Our level.
I'm very curious why you can't buy it early.
I don't like you can. It's not bad to buy. I just without upgrading it, its effectiveness is reduced by a ton.
Yes, I 100% agree with you. But wouldn't an Afro Hell dual lane be the time where it's like level 3? This is getting upgraded. Like first back, fuck that. All right, okay. I guess depends who you are. Depends who you are.
I was Achilles. He was a Hachiman, and he just played safe. They literally sat in lane and never left. So I let him get big, and he just played safe. They did end up taking T1 tower, and I think he died once because they could just dive. It doesn't matter. Afro just alts, and he ended up dying once in lane, and he was hating himself because literally any poke that he did was immediately healed back to full. So at our fantastic solo laner, who was Colorado, ended up playing Set and was just bodying their solo laner. He rotates at about, 10 or 12 minutes with his Cursed Ankh, and we destroy their duo lane. We get Gold Fury, we get a pick in mid, and I'm like, it's 15 minutes, we have the damage, let's just do fire. And they didn't know. They had no clue. We just snuck a free fire at 15 minutes and took their T1 and T2 in mid, took their T2 in left, took a second Gold Fury, and we were like getting ready to set up for a second Fire Giant, and they surrendered. So we basically negated the double healer by just taking a Fire Giant and crushing them. Stove hated himself.
If you ever take a Fire Giant before like 20 minutes, like the enemy team is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what
no,
100%. Like no one ever expects
no
a 20
idea
minute or a pre-20 Fire Giant. They're just like, what the? Is that even possible?
I literally said, we got a pick in mid, and I said, we can do fire. We have enough damage. Everybody was there. Let's just do fire. Like we got gold, got a pick, and just went to fire. And I was like, this is free. They have no clue. Nobody even checked it. Nobody had a ward there. They were oblivious.
It's not really that tanky either before 20 minutes. It's somewhat squishy in a way.
And if you know how to tank it and not get hit by the knockup and pull it away from your team, it's extremely easy to tank. Like you just wait for the count and then move and it knocks up, and then wait for the lava pools and move, and then wait for the knock-up and move. Like, it's a pattern. It's very consistent. I love it.
Bring up the lava pools real quick.
Okay.
Solo laner and guardians and the assassins, right?
Yes.
So you got 3 melee characters.
Yes.
Don't fucking spread out around the Fire Giant when the lava pools are about to start. You know how many times I'm on a jungler and I'm trying to hit it, and then the lava pools get spawned completely
and you have
around
nowhere to
it
stand
because the Guardian and the solo laner won't stand next to each other, so leave me an open spot, and it's just like, oh. Well, I guess I'll just fucking sit here with my thumb up my ass while these lava pools hang out. Like, fucking Christ, people.
If you are playing support, your damage is almost irrelevant to the Fire Giant. Your auto attacks are doing so little. So just stand at the edge of the circle and tank it. That's all you have to do. Just stand at the edge of the circle. Don't step in the fire or stand in the fire. Make sure you're paying attention to the timing of the knock-up and move out of the lava pools. But your solo laner should be the one zoning, unless he's a really backline solo laner like a Chang'e. Then he should be tanking and your support should be zoning. And your jungler is the only damage, physical damage, melee damage that's actually effective. So you might as well just let them be on the Titan or on the Fire Giant. Sorry. And your ADC and mage or mid should be paying attention and not grouping up and standing in a double puddle. I've seen that one too.
That's fun. Stop ruining my fun.
And your whoever's tanking it should be on the opposite side of the Fire Giant from your carries. So there's no chance of the knock-up hitting them. So that's how you tank Fire Giant. But yeah, I played with a bunch of people. I've had a lot of fun. I've been playing a ton of support lately, but I've been playing gods like Achilles and Horus, which you guys all know I love Horus. He's probably I think he's legitimately my favorite god right now.
Willow, not gonna lie, you're pretty boss on Horus.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, your Horus is solid.
Oh,
The
since you
only thing
brought up-
that's iffy for me is the alts, but I'm with you there. It's hard to know when to horse alt properly.
Well, listen to this
it's not
one.
even your fault that the alts are bad. It just like
It
whenever
just
I'm with you,
turns
we
out
just
bad.
got bad luck.
Yeah. So listen to this one. I had a really good Horus alt today. I was playing with Key. He was playing Rama. He got ganked. He ends up killing the Neath, and he's at like, I don't know, maybe 5% health. Like you could see his health, but not very well. And he jukes. He rolls out. He jukes some more. I alt in. I give him the shield. I stun the Thanatos, who is their jungler, and their what's his name? Jing Chen was their support. He jumps over me. I'm like, you gotta handle the Jing Chen. Just keep running. You got distance. So I kill the Thanatos. I dash to heal Key. And they surrender. And the whole time we're playing with Koja, the whole time's like Koja's like, you're dead. You're just dead. As soon as you come down, you're dead. And I was like, no, I'm getting him out. So my alt shield healed him or protected him. I killed the Thanatos jungle, and then healed him so that the Jing Chen couldn't kill him with the dot. It was just one of those plays like the whole time you're just like, holy shit, this is working out. But yeah, that's been my week. Still loving support. I have been playing a little arena though. I'll let Fro talk about arena because most of my arena games have been with him.
All right, so I don't remember any of those arena games together.
We played with Happiness on Friday for like 2 hours.
Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot you joined us. That's right.
You played Tier a bunch.
Yep. Okay, that's why I don't remember because I actually got a chance. I was playing like most of my arenas were with Happiness all weekend. Happiness from the VD2 podcast, SQA podcast. Started playing a little bit of Smite. Yeah, formerly of. He started playing Smite again a little bit, so we were gaming. That was cool. Was always a big fan. But yeah, I started playing a lot of tier. I haven't been on in like 2 weeks, right? I guess I'll start with my XC team. Still haven't won a game yet. So far, we've lost all 6 of our games that we played. All 3 sets have been 0-2s. The first 2 were really, really rough. Like, real rough looking. But I do got to say our last set against Stampede was looking much better. And, like, everyone was feeling much better. Comms were going much better. Like, we're making some improvement. We're getting there. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, too, on the same hand that this split, I guess. The first 3 teams we go against are the top 3 teams in the league. It's kind of rough because they've been playing together all since the very first split for the most part. We give or take a few people here and there. And we're like new team, like fresh baby team.
And all of you are playing on console.
Yeah, well, I guess a lot of people are playing on console in that league. Like, the only one to bitch about being on console is me and maybe the ADC, or me and maybe the jungler. But I don't really give a fuck. I'd rather be on console than PC anyways. So, anyway, all right. So, the first game against Stampede, which was our last one, motherfucking, I don't remember his name, but the enemy ADC picked up Cupid against us. And I'm like, all right, is this guy? Cupid was a good pick in the situation because we had a tier and another guy with mobility, Hunbots at the moment, I think it was. But I'm like, all right, so he's a good pick for the moment, right? It's a good counter pick. But is he picking Cupid to flex on me, this motherfucker? Because I'm like, I'm just got a feeling. Well, I end up going Cuckoo. And a bit of a rough start. I wasn't really practicing on my Cuckoo too terribly much, but he's not hard really. But so it took me a little rough start, and the Cupid played well. But then it got to the point where I had books stacked and I had some items. I think I stole like 3 or 4 different objectives throughout that whole game, like 2 Gold Furies and a Fire Giant. I just come in and just ult and Whirlwind and just steal it from them. Oh my god. Like, I'm dying of laughter, right? I'm thinking this shit's hilarious because I'm like, Bryce, fuck you, Bryce. But, he ends up sending me a message right after that game. He's like, if you stole one more fucking objective, I swear to God, I was going to give you a stunner at Worlds. That cracked me up. And then the next game, Cuckoo was first ban. Instantly. First ban Cuckoo. I'm like, all right.
What's
okay,
even better
that
is
makes me
he
feel
played
all right.
Poseidon.
Why is that even better?
Because he's got a giant AoE ult that does a ton of damage to objectives.
Oh, yeah, but I was hitting some, like, over-the-wall sniper ones. Like,
You were. He just wasn't.
I-
You
I-
were out
I-
securing for sure.
yeah. And plus, like, the knock-up attached to that, like, the knock-back really kind of screws it if, like, they were already kind of backing off anyways because they know they're there and you knock the tank off from it. Like, there was one that's what I did. I didn't actually steal it, but I hit him with the knockback of the Cuckoo ult, which then he dropped aggro from it and it started regenning, and then they just said fuck it and walked away. And I'm like, that's a good Cuckoo ult for me still. Just to get them off Gold Fury, I'll take it. But, yeah, the next game, I end up getting Cupid. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Comfort pick, here we go. Now, he wasn't necessarily the best pick for the enemy comp, but we, again, had tier, and we didn't want them to have Cupid this time. So, like, we'll just take it, and, you know, I'll deal with it not being necessarily the best in situation, because he is definitely a comfort pick. End up doing pretty well in that match as well. Both ones I went, like, 8-4 in one, and, like, 6-4 in the other, like, 6-3 or something like that. So, did all right. We still lost, but our team's doing much better. But yeah,
That's all that
the
matters.
majority of my games, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. So the majority of our my games, besides that, this week have been in an arena with Happiness over the weekend, and just playing tier. I've really just been playing tier. I'm not even exaggerating on this one. I went from like Mastery 1 to I think I'm like Mastery 5 over the
Good
past like
God.
week. No, that second knockup makes him so much more fun.
Have you got
Like,
his
I-
achievement yet?
Which one?
The one where you kill 15 people with your ultimate?
No, I don't think so.
Because it's
Well, the one time I
OP
played him
so
damage,
hard.
I got
not a real
shit
tier
on.
main.
Dude, I got shit on the first time I built him damage. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I think I
You
went.
gotta go Bruiser. Bruiser's optimal tier.
Sorry to tell you,
Yeah.
you're just not double tap gaming.
I'm really not. Well, I also, Mastery 5 now. But he's still fun. He's really fun right now. Like, he's a lot of fun right now. But there was one particular Conquest game we played, and I think Willow might have been there for that, and I somehow got put in the solo lane. I don't know how this happened. I wasn't queued for solo. It was an utter travesty, and I was very upset. But I'm like, fuck it. I've been playing some tier. I'll play tier. Oh boy. It was something else because I started bodying this fucking Amaterasu. Because she just wasn't playing very well. She was trying to fight me too much, and it's like, Ama, you're not an early game lane bully, and I am. So, if you want to fuck, let's fuck, because I'm down. And so I just end up pushing her out of lane constantly. And then I end up with making rotations and all that. But at one point, and I think Willow, were you there for this match, Willow?
I'm trying to
Conquest
think.
when I
I
was
don't
tier.
remember. I'm trying
Where
to look
I
back.
literally hung out by their Titan room at like,
Oh, I
20
was
minutes,
there
not
for
even.
that. Yes.
dude, I hung out harassing the shit out of 2 to 3 people for a solid like 5 minutes in their Titan room. I'm not even like, I was just going from Phoenix
Bully.
to Phoenix, hanging out by maybe their speed buff a little bit, back up into the Titan room, like, come catch me if you can. They couldn't catch me. They couldn't keep me locked down, and I was getting kills, too. Because it'd be the thing where, you know, I got the tanks chasing me, and then I would just, like, backstep and whoop, nope, I went on your jungler and hit him with the Fearless, and then just keep fucking running. But the jungler would keep chasing, so I'll just wait and do it again. That was so fun. It was so fun. I was doing whatever the fuck I wanted for a good.
I think
like
I found it.
5 minutes.
Yeah, you played tier and went 4, 3, and 7, but just were bullying the bejesus out of them.
Yeah, that one wasn't about the stat line. Like, my stats weren't like the greatest, because those like 2 of those 3 deaths, I fucking deserved them. Like, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I was way out of position for way too long with way too many people around. I deserved it. But meanwhile, my team was getting Fire Giant.
Yep.
My team was getting a Gold Fury. The map was free to everybody else. Like, they go, whatever you want to do on the map, just go do it. No one's going to contest you. You're fine. Just, you know, play bot simulator or lane simulator for the next 20 minutes. I was having a blast. It was great. But
we just
I think that makes
ran at them.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that makes up the majority of my games. So why don't we move it on over?
It gives us to me
Short?
then. All right.
Yep.
Recently, I've been taking a break from Smite, but I've been playing a good bit between days. It's been mostly Joust, because we haven't had the whole squad together. Damage Warriors and Persephone and Joust. I don't know if I need to say more.
Dude, Persephone's like overbearing.
She is oppressive. There was this one game. I was Persephone, and they had a Than and Baron. They tried to do the double alt combo. I'd just sit in my flowers the entire time, and when they do it, Than would come down from the sky. I'd just jump his ult. I'm out of Baron's ult.
Oh, and he lands in all the flowers? That poor bastard?
Yeah, he lands in his flowers, instantly dies, and Baron has to run away, and he doesn't get far because Persephone's range is unrivaled.
Oh my gosh. Feels bad for that dude.
It's so fucking good in Joust. That was brought up in our Olympian meeting.
It was.
Persephone and Assault and Joust. Just so people who are like, oh, you're not listening. Yeah, we know she's overbearing, but no issue.
What are the warriors that you've been playing lately?
Herc is always one of my safety picks. If I ever feel like I'm not doing well, I just pick Herc and then I just stomp a game.
Oh my Jesus Christ, you're Hercules. Your Hercules is solid.
Yeah, you laned against me once. Yeah.
Yep.
It was you and
Well, I was also misplaying a lot too because I kept hitting you with my heart bombs.
Yeah.
Like, because that's when I was still like freshly playing Cupid in Conquest. But holy shit, were you guys making me pay for it though? You and fucking Flare Boot. Jesus Christ. Because he's on Oleron when Oleron was like fresh release, so he's OP, and you're just bopping me. Just bopping me.
I remember this one time. Flare's calling for us to go invade your purple. I'm like, nah, screw that. I'm going under their tower. Double pluck you both. We get a double kill. It's just like, can I say? Flare starts screaming, you're
me
nuts.
And Pon Pon. I apologized to Pon Pon after that game. I'm like, dude, sorry I fed my fucking brains out. Like, that's like,
I left that game proud.
When you have to apologize to Pon Pon for feeding in his games, that's not a proud moment.
I left that game proud. I beat Pon Pon.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. I left the other way. Tail between the legs, let's move on. But it was hard, though, because I had no audio. Like, it was shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had no like, comms, no audio. It was not good.
It was not. I will say, I have this philosophy with Herg. There is not a role he can't fulfill. Hunter, he can do it. Assassin, it's his job. Tank, no one beats him. He just does everything. That's it.
I mean, solo, that's really what he. What about mid?
That's where
I've
I run
seen-
him. I run
I've
him
seen
in mid.
Merc mid.
That's
Yeah,
where
I've
I
seen
go.
it too. I'm just saying you forgot mid.
You lose.
Nani?
You lose level 1, but you win 2 to 20. They just can't stop you.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, just make sure you hit level 2 and you're fine.
Yeah.
Which realistically isn't that hard because if you split with the jungler real quick, you can hit level 2 first wave. So
Yeah. Because it hurts early game damage, you're basically you hit the speed camp with your charge, you leave, it's done. It's done before you left.
You're
Other
not
than-
Gonna
wrong.
jot that down.
Yeah.
yeah, you got like 15 different like people out here playing jungle. That's like, yeah, we know, asshole, we know.
Yeah, right.
We see them
Fucking
doing it in
Merc
support.
invades.
Nah, I don't invade. That stuff's that's not my thing. Mm-mm.
Can we please move the buff timer to 30 seconds? I know they're not going to make that change yet, but please.
All right, so a lot of people say that, but here's one of the things you got to think about. Now you move buff timer to 30 seconds. Mid's no longer going to split the jungle camp with you. Mid no longer hits level 2 first wave. You change mid meta just by change speed buff timer.
Mid meta has already changed because of
changed.
the invade meta. Mid is starting in mid right now because people are invading, so your support needs to start on speed. It's stupid.
Right.
So
Then you're
it's
also changing the jungle rotation. Like there's changing a buff timer has a lot of different, like it changes a lot.
You know what I say? Let's do it and see what happens. Shake things up a bit.
something.
Well,
needs-
regardless,
they're not gonna do that before
nothing's
Worlds.
happening to
Not before Worlds,
yeah,
no.
Worlds. I was just being devil's advocate.
No, I see it. It just sucks. Something needs to change to at least try and mitigate this stupid invade meta. And I don't want a wall in the middle of the map. Like, please don't do that shit.
That's one of the more popular suggestions right now, but I know we
think I
can't
was in a-
say anything, but there's a plan. And that's really like everything that can be said.
We can say what other people have said. That's come off all back to
It's not coming from me.
saying
I'm
that
gonna say
a lot.
that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I play a bit of conch, but if I don't have a 5-man group, it's consistently that 5th rando just absolutely losing the game for us.
Yep.
And if you're gonna solo queue it, you're gonna just play ranked anyways, right?
I don't solo queue. If I solo queue, I'm solo queuing arena, and that's it.
You could agree with me just so I could pick on Nev.
Nah.
I
Nev has
was,
the
I
plague.
was
She'll be
told
gone
that
soon.
I needed to
She'll be gone soon. Jesus Christ! This got morbid real quick. In
What?
the arms of an angel.
Alright, we're raising money for Nev's funeral.
What happened?
Nothing.
You died.
You're sick.
You got the
You got the plague. You're gonna die. We love you, Nev.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Depp.
Bye.
What do you got?
Duff's got some duels. So I had 11 duels that I've played this week, won 9 of them. And I was looking through my history. Most of the time I either go even, come out a little bit ahead, but this one duel, I won it, but I was 2-9. 36 minutes in. And I'm like, how did that happen? And I was getting shit on by a tier. Well, I was Anubis, and I'm like, all right, I got this late game. And the dude built wrong. He built 4 defensive items.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, so he had Pestilence, Genjis, Bulwark, and Onis.
Why?
And then his
Onis?
other two,
What the
His
fuck did he
other
have
two
Onis
were-
for?
I don't know. His other 2 were Jotuns and Titan's Bane.
Is it season 2?
Okay.
Pestilence.
Right.
Runic Shield's a thing. Ankile's a thing. Why does he got Bulwark? Why does he have Onis?
And that would have been great
Genjis,
because
I get it.
I was Anubis.
Pestilence.
Okay, yeah, because Anubis can actually counterplay Tyr by using your Locust Breath. That way you can't get knocked up
Yes,
and knocked back.
absolutely. Which I
And if he
figured
would've-
out, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to do this all game.
Yeah, and if he has Ankylo, that would proc, even if he was already dashing at you, which would silence you in time. So he... What?
Yeah.
He got-
And I mean, the reason he was winning most of the game, he had upgraded Thorns, Curse Donk.
He
Which
outplayed
I don't know
you.
if that really affects. He outplayed
It
me
affects
for
your
the first half
lifesteal
of
if
the
he
game, and
once
then I
it's
got a late game
upgraded.
kill.
He outplayed
That's
you
cool.
until he outplayed himself.
Yes.
He crossed himself
Yeah.
up. Ripped
Oh,
Danny's
my
ankles.
I told him you would have been fine with Genji's and Pestilence. You didn't need the other two. Go damage.
He would have been fine with Pestilence and Ankylo, and would have been plenty.
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, like, for the items that he built, I'm like, you don't pick up Genji's, you don't pick up Bulwark. You maybe get, like, what the fuck? Brawlers? Brawlers would have had me beat. Like, he would have won the game if he picked that up.
Yep.
But
Brawlers,
100%.
Pestilence, Ankylo, probably Jotuns for cooldown or Crusher
Yeah.
for tower push.
Yep.
And I don't even know what other items he
had-
would have needed. Like, this is like,
Right.
that's good enough.
Right.
You weren't doing shit. I
No,
agree with the curse.
absolutely
I
not.
agree with the curse, because if you upgrade it, it reduces lifesteal as well. And I imagine, he was heavily concerned about that. So if that's what he was going for, I'm with that.
Right. So, sometimes you wonder. And then, feels bad. My most recent game, I was looking forward to fragging with some Osiris, but my hell never loaded in.
Oh.
Right. Feels bad. I played some games with Willow and the crew.
Yeah, we did play some games. I forgot about
Willow's
those.
doing good. We just played them today.
You're not
We
wrong.
played some yesterday, Dad.
We played
You and
We
I
played
some
one yesterday, and I fed as a Ymir.
earlier this week though too.
Didn't we play the Yamoja in the match?
We
of the
never
day?
got to. They banned her.
Oh
Banned
yeah, that's
Yamoja?
right. Have you seen Yamoja in
any
Infinite Mana mode?
Mana mode
Oh,
is
okay,
dumb.
yeah.
It's real dumb. Instant ban or everybody picks her. That's the way it needs to be.
I was 1v2ing 2 Alpwatches at an enemy fountain in that game mode for at 6 minutes in. I killed them both and then and was ready to fight him again at respawn. It's fucking stupid how strong she is.
Yeah, she can spam her shield. So if there's anybody else up, you can't die. And then you can just put her 1 on repeat. Use your 3 to get close to people.
I'm not gonna lie.
You use your 3. You put your 3 behind them, so if they go to escape, they can't.
They can't escape.
Yeah,
There
you just
go.
keep
There
shooting
is
them back
no
to you.
escape.
No, there is no escape. It's
Uh-huh.
fucking stupid. You buy
I
Soul
played her
Reaver,
in Omnipotence.
or you
Oh,
buy
gosh.
some sort of life steal, so you can just out sustain. They're never gonna touch you. But if you buy Soul Reaver, oh my fucking god, the damage you can do in such a short amount of time is.
I think
ridiculous.
people
I did 12k
under-
damage in 7 minutes.
I think people are undervaluing her too as a damage source in that game mode. Like when you play against her, she is almost always building a shield, so you're basically stripping that shield almost immediately just from using your 2. Just like choo, 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 choo.
How did that go again, Willow?
It goes choo, 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 choo.
Okay, just had to make sure.
Yep, just had to make
I'll
sure.
do the water for you. Bloop.
bloop, 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 bloop.
Water parks sound a lot different than when I was a kid.
Let's fuck about it. You right.
Oh god.
So that's how
By
my
the way,
week
fuck the
was.
Dolphins at water parks. Just saying.
Unfortunately, in the Smite game, I can't see my random modes, so
I'm sure you played a ton of MOTD this week.
absolutely. What is it? In one match, I played Apwash when the rest of the team was Yamoja, just to have any semblance of anti-heal to fuck with them. Because otherwise, Yamojas versus Yamojas, it's whoever can get stun locked down first. In all honesty. So.
Yeah.
All right, we ready for questions?
That's how it be. That is how it be. We can do guest questions. Why don't you take us there, Willow?
All right, we got a bunch. I wouldn't say a bunch. We have a lot.
All right. Who's the guest?
All right. Ash says, Schward, my man, what kind of skin and for what god would you want to make?
What kind of skin would I like?
Yeah, and who would you
Like
put it
to
on?
make? That's a hard one.
This is good content right here.
I mean, that's just a hard one, man. Let's just go with the new goddess, the emoji. It's easy. You just make
What kind
her
of skin
into
are you putting on her? Uh-oh.
It's literally just a troll with people, because I know people would hate it. You just call it Yemoji, and it's just just a bunch of iPhone emojis, and her alt would just be a big crying, laughing emoji, just slams together.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That
Yep,
might.
You right.
Yeah,
People,
that's
that would be so fucking cringe.
very.
But I would
very
do the
fucking
crying
cringe.
emoji. I would do the crying emoji for the ones, by the way.
Yes.
So it's like bouncing and laughing and splitting into more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ash follows up with anime.
Yeah, a little bit.
What are you watching?
Stuff like, I've been watching My Hero Academia Season 3 on Hulu. Stuff like that. Seven Deadly Sins, Black Butler, Tokyo Ghoul. Stuff like that.
Do you have a favorite and a least favorite?
I'd say easily a favorite would be Seven Deadly Sins. A least favorite? That's a harder one. I don't know. If I don't get into it, I just don't watch it.
Yeah. What other games do you play?
All right, that's an easier one. I play. My biggest game right now is Frostpunk. I've been playing it almost nonstop. I play a lot of Sid Meier's Civilization. I've been playing some Minecraft.
Hell yeah.
I'm downloading Modern Warfare right now as we speak.
Oh no. His last question is, who's your Smite waifu?
Smite waifu, huh? Kumba, mostly just because I've been told I look like him. So I have to respect that.
So you are in love with Kumba. Interesting.
I'm in love with myself. There we go. Easy.
You see them titties on Kumba? I'm surprised this game doesn't have an A rating, if you know what I mean.
Oh no. Alright, Aereo Steel comes in. What's your favorite recent meme, and which one do you wish would die already?
I'm really a big fan of the "You Failed Vibe Check," and it's just a really messed up looking Pac-Man reaching for the screen. That's probably my favorite one right now. As to ones I'd wish would die, the whole like new format kind of thing going around. People are just making random pictures and just trying to recreate the Drake meme.
Oh yeah, that one is blah. Do you have one that you wish would come back?
One that I wish would come back, man. Probably the Infinite Power Shaggy memes, mostly because I know people hate them.
Good
I was
thought.
hoping you would say Bongo Cat. Man.
Bongo Cat
never
is
died.
the correct answer.
He just evolved into Heavy Metal Cat.
All right, Miss Double G comes in and says, "Who's your favorite BOTG host?"
Oh man, you can't expect me to answer this. You're all nice people. Although
Somebody said
what I've
you, as in her, because your tweets are top tier.
Although, I haven't seen many of you, but I know Fro has the nicest beard, so I'll give him that by default.
Get shit on Depp.
Oh no, I feel bad for
have to say
Bryce.
Oh,
Bryce
this is
got pretty
that
solid
that's
beard, too.
just unfortunate for the lady host here. Hi.
My beard is like unkempt right now. Well, Nev, your beard's all right, but my
Oh,
beard's
thanks.
like very unkept right now. I've been haven't been feeling the best this week or two, honestly. So it's got a little out of control.
All right, baseball comes in. If you could punch any celebrity in the face without any consequence, who would you punch and why?
What in the world? Okay, let's go with, I can't say Jack Count Phoenix, because he would just absolutely kill me.
There's no consequence. You can say whoever you want.
Oh, fair enough. Then let's go with, what's his name? He's John Wick. Keanu Reeves, just for making so many of those great movies, wasted a lot of my, well, not wasted, a lot of my time to spend watching them.
All right, somebody else want to read?
Secondary answer is Adam Sandler for the opposite reason.
Oh, there's a good one.
Oh, no. Adam Sandler has such good movies, but his recent stuff is bad.
So bad.
He's so dead in the eyes. I feel like he would be
I think
happy
he's
to
just-
accept the punch.
He literally,
You know
like...
the reason?
Go
He's
ahead.
like, please hit me so I can feel again.
The reason he does movies is so that he can go on
Yep.
a vacation to wherever they're filming.
That's
Yeah,
why he
Because
always
he takes,
films in, like...
3 weeks
Yeah.
after they're done filming to just like do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I was him and like could make shitty movies constantly and go on vacation, I would too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm not blaming the guy. Fuck you, fucking producers and directors, for allowing that shit to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fault. Somebody else want to read a couple?
Derp Nation.
I'd have to get over to that page.
All right, you get to the page. I'll read the next one. Bombi says, what items in the current meta do you think are too strong, and which ones would you like to see buffed, and why?
Okay, that's one I can do. I would like to never see hybrid items again in my life. It's the ones I
They are
buff.
really strong.
Yeah, they are annoying to see. I'm tired of seeing tanky assassins.
They all just sit at such a delicate point.
Yeah, you nerf those items by like 10 stats or 100 gold, they just drop.
Yeah,
Apparently
they're
not
worthless.
Blackthorn though.
I think that's because people are
Blackthorn's been
still...
good for fucking ever, and they just
It's
slept
not
on it
that great
for
though.
the longest time.
It's
Yeah,
not.
I
it's
think-
still really fucking good.
I think people are just overvaluing it now and don't understand that it got a gold change, so they're just still buying it,
Yeah.
even though it's still good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still
Yeah.
a viable item. It's just overvalued and has been for so long that people don't even think about the gold cost.
Yeah, probably 100%. They load in the
A
game
health
and they're like,
item
me like
With
Blackthorn?
mana return and power, it's still good.
And
It's not overbearing like
cooldown.
it was, but it's still good. Dude, it was good before they buffed it. They
Yeah.
even said they buffed it because his fucking people thought it was so goddamn underwhelming. And then when they nerfed it, like, well, told you.
Told you. Yeah. So ones I'd like to see buff though. I'd probably say 4. And this last one's probably a risky one, but I'd say Toxic Blade, Stone of Gaia, Spectra Armor, and Devos.
I think Devos needs a little love. It's really
Yeah.
fallen out of meta.
Yeah. The reason I say Toxic Blade is because it's a great passive, but it has no power, so no one gets it, really.
I don't think you can. We've had this conversation on this show 1,000 times. You can't put power on that item. First of all, because of the tree it's in, and second of all, because it has too many other good stats. You have to take something away,
Yeah.
Take away the health, replace it with power.
and then you got to move it
But it's
to a
in the
different
health tree.
Yeah, it's in the health.
So move it from that tree. I just put it somewhere
Yes.
else.
Yeah, yeah, we get that. But that's not a buff. That's a change.
Yeah, that's a full
Okay.
change.
There you go then.
If you're buffing it, you can't just add power to it.
Yeah, and I just think, it just falls short from the other anti-heal items. They either give a lot of defense or a lot of power.
I think
you gotta-
so. This is I've had this conversation 1,000 times, and I really think the item is good.
Oh, yeah.
Big
100
Rick,
it's
I am
really
saying-
good,
Oh,
but-
I am
absolutely.
saying it is a good item. The problem is it doesn't fit into a hunter build, so you can't, like on an AA hunter, it is almost worthless because you need the other items to be extremely effective. And that's where it falls short. It is not an AA attack, like it's not a hunter auto attack anti-heal. But it is viable.
As someone who's
in
been
the
playing
jungle.
a lot of carry lately, I will disagree with you. It just takes the place of where you would build Oboe. Another no power attack speed only item.
I think crit is too strong right now to build Oboe.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really belong in a crit build, but
Exactly.
not many things belong in a crit build besides
than crit.
lifesteal, attack speed, and crit. But if you were going like a kin size and you wanted an Oboe in that build, you could easily replace that with a Toxic Blade.
I think you
Or if you're
could.
playing Mage ADCs fucking destroy with that item.
I
will
agree. It
stand
will
there.
fit. It will fit
They
in a
are
Chronos
desperate
build.
for any attack speed. So no, not even Chronos, just Mage ADCs. If they can get any more attack speed, because their options are so limited, it's so good.
I think it'll fit into reverted Freya pretty well too.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's a fair
I can
point.
see that for sure. By the way, Freya reverse, let's go.
All right. His last question. Well, no, there's still some more. Also, what would be your go-to troll character and build?
Troll character and build. I know that one easy. It's Guan Yu. You can build that man slap all the katanas on him, give him kins and Exy. You're good to go.
Oh no. That's all I had to say. Oh no. All right. Bombi follows up with, if you could joust any pro player you wanted I feel like this question is worded wrong. Like joust doesn't fit here.
I think they meant duel.
Maybe? If you could joust any pro player you wanted for intense training, who would you pick and what skill would you want to focus on?
That's hard, man. For first, I don't watch much esports, and I've just started catching the pro games only just because I'm an Olympian, and it's put me in that spot. I should probably look at these and see how these guys play and what they pick up, so I can do my not job, but do the Olympian stuff better. But I'd say I used to be a big support main, season 4 and 5. So maybe Emilzy, and just focus on map awareness of the game in general, really.
Okay. Depp, I'm just gonna finish the last two questions. You can
Go
read
for
some
it,
of
man.
the community corner.
Yeah, there's not too many questions left.
Yeah, there's only two more. Ash Basham comes back with, what other pro esport do you watch that isn't Smite related?
Alright. I used to play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I was terrible at the game. I ranked into the lower end of silver. So I'd watch a lot of pro plays, trying to desperately to learn those maps and any cheeky corners you can hold or stuff like that. But since I stopped really playing the game, I don't really watch esports. I am more now on Smite, but that's not the question, so...
Yeah.
so
Rainbow
not
Six
really.
Siege is very if you don't know the maps, it's you. Even if you are the best shot in the game, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Adios comes in with favorite energy drink.
Alright, I don't really drink a lot of energy drinks. I'm just naturally just energetic as it is. But if I do, and it's on a really rare occasion, it'll be NOS.
Oh, that's the worst one. They're all terrible, but that's the worst one in my opinion.
Talking shit about Nos?
Don't
Yes,
think
it's
about NOS,
trash. It's trash tier. I don't drink energy drinks.
I
though,
had
so-
an energy drink the other day, and I was like, oh, so good. But I'm glad I quit drinking them.
He also follows up with, I was making pizza from scratch today and my dough was too thin. Do you have any advice for a fellow chef?
Too thin. Also, did I say at some point I'm a cook?
No.
Like, I know I'm fat, but no, I do a little bit. I'm not too sure. It depends what you're cooking it in, what temperature, what you have on it. General case, sounds like you need more flour or dough.
Yeah, exactly. Just need to add a little flour to make it a little less sticky, a little less soft, and then don't stretch it too thin.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it's too thin, it's just simply because you stretch it out too much.
All right, that's all the guest questions.
Awesome.
I think it's time to
That's all we got.
move her on.
Yeah. Using my coin transition there.
Yeah, we're all
moving on.
We're all stealing your transitions today. Fro
It's
got
'cause
it
they're
earlier.
good. They're classic.
No, they're just repetitive
like
and
the Hat of Purgatory.
They're just tradition at this point.
yeah.
Yeah. Auto attack Zhong. Fro, tell us how that was.
Absolutely fucking AIDS. I don't want to do it again. It does not belong in Conquest. Don't do it.
I will agree there. It does not belong in Conquest, but took it into an arena. Fragged.
No, I was playing with a guy yesterday who ironically did this, or unironically. Ironically, there we go. That's what I was right the first time. Fuck you guys. So, he did this, and he actually fragged yesterday in the arena. I was playing tier. Anyways, by the way, fearlessing somebody as a tier in a Zhong ult when they're there the whole time as the Zhong doing their damage feels bad for the other guy, because that happened a few times. Yeah, I have 6 at 10 when I did this in Conquest. It was not fun. Don't do it in Conquest. That was my experience.
I think I was in a Conquest with Willow, and I tried this, and I started off a little behind. I started to get ahead, but at that point, like, the other team was just steamrolling us, and we have 6th.
I don't remember playing with this while you played John Quay.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
Was it?
Or a week ago. It was a good while back, yeah.
Okay.
His clear is just ass if you build him AA and you get out cleared. And in arena, it gets compensated because you just get free gold anyways, and everyone else is going to clear for you. So you can make it work, and you can actually auto people.
Yeah, this is definitely you want to fight, not stand there and clear wave.
Yep.
You get ahead by killing them and then standing there and autoing the wave.
Indeed.
All right, Fro,
No.
this is yours. You have been begging to do this one for like 3 weeks
Fro
now.
Double G has the announcement for the next Hat of Purgatory. Why don't you tell us what
I've
it
been
is?
dying to do this one just because, well, I mean, you'll be able to tell by the name because I love stupid-ass names like this. Move bitch. I want Tyr, Hercules, Kuzumbo. I give no fucks what the builds are or anything like that. I just want you to be pushing people out the way constantly.
Bully.
Yep. I'll leave, we could even probably just leave this open-ended and just pick 3 displacement guides. How about that?
Yep, works for me.
We'll see. Yeah, just 3. They gotta have a push. I guess I'll leave Sobek as an exception. The pluck is kind of a move bitch. Right?
So Hercules.
Oh my god.
Hercules. Yeah.
And not Geb, because his is too inconsistent. It's not going to be fun.
That's true. You're gonna miss.
You're going to miss. Everyone misses.
I'm not trying to rush this along, but I just happened to scroll through our community corner, and holy shit, we have a lot to read. Oh my god, there's more. Oh,
I think
God.
we're gonna do the Cliff Notes version of
Did you clip
of the
notes
community
them?
corner. I didn't, but I can do it real good on the fly.
All right.
It's kind of how Depp does most of his hosting on the fly.
The first
Yeah,
one
we know.
is
We definitely know Depp.
Yeah.
the first one's Jotaro Orakugo. I always say his name wrong. The mute.
All right. Let's.
The mute.
Why is he mute?
Oh, he actually has a birth defects that his vocal cord didn't fully grow in properly, so he can't actually vocalize and move the air properly as he speaks.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
All right, Depp.
Yes.
Did you find it?
Now.
Bro, you weren't kidding. There's a lot here.
I told you.
There's a lot.
I was
there.
like
I was
scrolling and
up.
scrolling and
I was
scrolling.
scrolling.
All right, I found it. I got it. Jotaro. I don't know. All right. Wait, what? Who is this? Passive. Voice racist. All players not using voice chat get 10% reduced stats.
Ooh. That's right.
We'll
It's
just
not
get
really
on
a
comms,
god,
Jotaro.
but
No, it's
Get
not.
on comms.
He's
or-
just giving us shit because we always pick on him
That-
for not being on comms.
exactly.
That's what is it? A map debuff.
Yep.
Next, we got Aerial Steel with Willow, the god of the grove. Passive, ignores the grove. Start streaming again. All right. After that,
Got
we
him.
got Koja. Willow, can you please ward? For every 20
No.
seconds that a ward
Can
is
you
not
please
placed-
ward?
There we go. Much better. For every 20 seconds that a ward is not placed, he has a rage meter that is instantly filled for him to able to use his ult, which I like to call Raging Host. For the next 5 minutes, everyone's announcer pack will loop with no breaks. And
Sweet
Koja
mercy.
will still not place a fucking
He
ward.
still won't place a ward.
All right, here we go to the long ones now. We got Hiei, one of our officers. You don't hear from him terribly a lot on here, but yeah, one of our officers in Discord does a lot to help us out. Thank you, Hey.
Hell yeah.
Had to make one for my favorite mid laner at Nevea. Nevea, goddess of dad jokes. Passive, puntastic. For every pun or dad joke told, Nevea gets a stack of puntastic. Each stack provides +3 magical percent and 1% CDR. Each stack lasts 1 minute, and at 31 stacks, Nevea gets pun overload. All stacks of puntastic are removed, and she is stunned for 3 seconds while she recovers. All right. Ability 1, not the bees. Nev makes a bee-related pun, and every enemy caught in the line of sound is feared and takes damage for every 0.5 seconds for 2 seconds. Ability number 2, Nev save me. While active, when Nev or any friendly target takes damage, Nev lets out a horrible loud roar. Any enemy that's gonna peak, by the way. Sorry, guys. Any enemy caught in the radius is knocked back and takes damage. Ability 3, for mid, I'm dead. Nev fakes dying and goes stealth for 3 seconds. When stealth, not the bees, and Nev save me are removed from cooldown and their range increased. Ultimate Pasta Knight. Never moves all stacks of Puntastic. Every enemy god is then hit with a wet noodle for every stack removed. The noodles deal a small amount of damage, blinded for 0.2 seconds per noodle, and take an additional 2% damage per noodle for 3 seconds. Max of 6 noodles per god.
Thank you, Kyle.
I didn't know y'all had pros in your Discord.
Oh, we got
right.
ridiculous. I Whiff Krakens comes in with needs a buff.
Ooh. Feels bad.
I don't even
We're,
know who he's talking about, but
all of us, I guess. We need a
we all
buff,
need a
guys.
buff.
We need to get better at this.
unfortunately.
Shit. Throwing
You fella.
shade.
Here we got. He came out with some passives for all of us. Fro. Gains more gold per minute, but cannot back and can only go mid. Disabled in assault. Wait, what?
Ooh.
That's
I
odd.
feel
one.
like that's the opposite of
I don't
you.
get it. I'm gonna play dumb on this one. Bryce gives
Assault
a
main.
buff to the person on the team with most deaths called Noob Idiot. This buff gives you an extra, or gives you a bad Thanatos passive. All right. Willow gains 2 bonus power for each ward his teammate places. Willow cannot increase it by himself. All right. Koja's never gonna help you on this one.
I know, right?
Depp has a buff called Host, but is only active 1/3 of the game.
Oh, feels bad.
Ooh.
Feels bad.
Nev applies bees to enemies, but also allies.
Sorry, guys.
Not the bees.
All right, someone take this next one. Fro needs a drink of water.
Aereo Steel coming in. It looks like he's giving us the god name and the passive. Nev is the monster of the mid lane, and her passive does great plays and feeds the rest of the game.
Hey.
Depp, the uninformed host, sliding into your girl's DMs as his passive.
Oh, hey, ladies, what's up?
Right, I feel like that's a bit more Fro.
I know,
Bryce is IRL Bacchus. His passive is making people deaf with his signature intro.
Yo!
And Fro, the unofficial GM of Assault, his passive is he's a dude in other game modes, becomes Rambo and Terminator on steroids in Assault, as well as occasionally recreates scenes from Saving Private Ryan when his teammates make dumb plays.
Fro will get you out. Real talk, I was playing with Happiness in Colorado over the weekend, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, all right, going, I got a stun on this guy. All right, let's go get these orbs. And I'm like shot calling, like everything. And then Colorado's like, if you talked a third as much in our fucking league games as you did in any Assault game, we would have way better comms. And I'm like, Nani? What do you mean? I don't get it, bud.
Oof.
All right.
Lantern's got our next post, but he goes all out for the hosts here. Yeah, he does the everyone but Bryce feels bad.
Lantern?
Oh no, Bryce is down there at the bottom.
That's a lot of reading.
It's 2 full posts.
Can we
and
read
it's
all
like
our? Can we read our own?
I'm gonna paraphrase. Yeah, we should probably.
paraphrase yours, Fro, and then we'll try to paraphrase our own. Looks like Willow's second.
Fuck it, I'm just going to read the goddamn thing. Fro, his first ability, drawing upon the community, he creates a get smoke bomb, dealing get wrecked sun damage. I like it. Ability number 2, I'll get you out. Fro stops in place, charging kinetic energy to which he uses to jump to an allied location on the map, grabbing the ally and jumping back to base, saving them from most everything except Nev's ruling as referee.
Wait a minute.
I don't know, Nev. Cockblock. Third ability. That is a known issue. As he reports about the standing of an attack, he puts any enemy within 30 units to sleep. They continue to sleep for 20 seconds if Fro channels this ability, 10 seconds if Fro stops channeling ability, and only 5 seconds if Fro tries to walk away. With 2-second removal should another of Fro's allies approach. This throw me off saying my name so much. 50% cooldown. Moves so fast he gets disconnected. Oh, hey, fuck you! Moves so fast he gets disconnected. When reconnected, all enemies within 60 units are petrified, as they should take a hit of any kind, are killed, as the stone is made out of soft rock.
Alright, Willow, overwhelming support. First ability, wards for everyone, has a cooldown of 3 minutes. When activated, wards grow out of the landscape at strategic positions across the map. 2, community organization. Willow begins to channel a song in which summons all the challengers to his side and then forms a wave-like formation, charging the enemy he has directed them towards, overwhelming and deleting them for a 2-minute penalty box stay. Third ability.
That's OP. That needs a nerf.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect. Deafening shout. Upon him yelling, "Let's go!" allied units within 150 units become empowered and deal 40% more damage, take 10% less damage, while having a 5% cooldown bonus. If Fro is near all allies within that range, receive the bonus of life and mana back depending on how far away Fro is from Willow. At maximum distance apart, allies receive only 1%. If next to each other, 100% returned. Ultimate.
That's broken.
No, it's perfect. When Willow becomes fully armored, he does 80% Thorns damage back to enemy attackers, and 20% of that damage is reverted into heals for allies within 55 units. Perfect.
Sounds pretty busted.
It's
We're
perfect.
gonna need durations on all of these.
Perfect.
You know, I think this will be the only time I'll ever say I really want Willow as my support.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
I'm kidding. I'm
Lantern's post.
I've said it
for
one
death.
other time.
I'm Thanvanus. It's a hybrid of Thanatos and Sylvanas. So the first ability is a Sporling that latches on to the nearest enemy god or minion if no god is in range, leeching from them. I'm guessing it's a lifesteal business going on there. Second ability, Empowering Wisps, taking enemy health and transferring it to nearby allied units and self. That could be interesting. Third ability, Silencing Vine, throws out a vine in a swinging motion. All enemies caught in the swing are dragged along with the sweep. At the end, pulling it to him as they are caught. Life is siphoned from those touched. His ult is Rooting Terror, which I imagine is kind of like Thanatos' ult, but wherever he lands, they are instead knocked up into a Sylvanas-style ult.
Read it. It's good.
Taking to the skies, he forms a tree root system, 10 units in diameter around him, choosing where to crash down upon his enemies. Those unfortunate enough to be under this are crushed and impaled by the root system. Stalagmites like ends.
Beautiful.
That's pretty interesting.
Instead of the Sylvanas
That would
coming
kind of
up, it
hurt.
goes
So it's
down.
like getting slam dunked by a Thana onto a Sylvanas. Oh.
Right. Like instead of the Thanos stun, it's boom, instant.
I hate when Michael Jordan throws me into a tree.
Nev.
All right, I am goddess of compassion, similar to Demeter, only robe made of a referee uniform, for she is eternally the middle ground between everyone else. Parentheses, sorry, as I have not had a chance to play games with you yet, so did not want to base it off of just fearing from the podcast. Fair enough, fair enough.
All right, who wants to read Bryce?
I'll read Bryce. Bryce says, I'll be honest, I draw a blank here as I haven't had the opportunity to speak with or had enough material to draw upon other than cooking and drinking. So Chef Bryce, master of the pot, you upside your head with a pork roast and wind some more beefcakes so I can char that rump. Shrug, it should probably is one that sounded better when I had the thought.
I like it.
So Chef Bryce is slapping people with different cooking utensils and
meats.
some smoked meats and wine.
Wine, my love.
Oh.
So there is some chatter, but I think our next one is Coffin.
Some chatter. Adios going, holy fuck, Lantern.
Yeah, then us talking about me being dumb.
Yep, because Willow's like, oh, hurry up, we're down to the last day. And we're like, you're stupid, we got a week, let's move on.
Yep. Willow, do you want to read yours?
Yeah, I'll read mine.
Because Coffin Monkey does each of us.
Yep. Willow.
He does the same exact.
Oh, yeah.
All right, a giant tree. He's got a hole. He's got a hole. There's an owl in there. Okay. Passive. When your team is behind in gold after the 15-minute mark, your team gets a slight boost when taking objectives in jungle camps while standing in Willow's orchard. Ability 1. Root for me. Willow slaps enemies with his root, rooting them. Okay. Ability 2. Orchard. A pool with different tiny tree sprouts. See tree morph for more details, which we'll get to. Tree yeet. Willow shoots an owl out of his hole. It flies around, slowing everyone, enemies and teammates alike. All right. You're just, I think...
You baited me. I thought he was going to yeet a tree.
I did too.
Right?
But
oh, see, the tree yeets the owl.
yeah, the tree is eating the owl. I think it should mesmerize everyone instead of just slowing them because they're mesmerized by a tree throwing an owl. All right, ability 4, tree morph. Willow can turn into various different trees, providing buffs for his orchard. Example, redwood gives defense, willow trees give attack speed, and mulberries increase your healing. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, so you're a stance switcher.
Yep,
That'd be cool.
it is.
Real talk, wouldn't it be cool to have a guy that's got a stance swap like Kronos, except for it actually is like alternating auras for your team?
Yeah, I think there should be a
would-
season's
that would-
god
Which I
that
know
does that.
Amaterasu kind of has that, but it's like movement
Let's
speed and
take it
damage
to the
only.
next level, right?
Yeah, let's do a god
Well,
of
it'd be cool if,
seasons
like,
who
one was-
actually morphs.
All right.
All right, who's got
Write that
Sam?
down, Sword. Write that down.
All right.
I'll read Bryce since I just read. Silent Reveries. Picture a noob idiot running around with some craft beer in one hand and a glass of bourbon in the other. Passive. Real Relly Trelly hours. Credit to Rick. The drunksterist you aren't. You're drunk. There's a I don't give a fuck meter that is actually by how much he drinks. Oh, that is altered by how much he drinks. Sorry. If he spends too much time in Relly Trelly mode, it doesn't count towards his win-loss record. Ability 1.
Interesting.
Exactly. This is it. Send it. Leap into the air, smacking down an opponent, creating a shockwave disorienting anyone. Ability 2. Make your oboe sound. I don't know what his oboe sound
The
is.
slappy slappy.
Oh, slappy slappy. That's right. He opens a new beer, flinging the
You
cap
actually probably
at
shouldn't
his
have done that. I
opponent,
peeked on that too. I'm sorry.
making the oboe sound. Apparently, you just crack open more beers. Ability 3, bourbon yeet. Jump in on opponents, creating chaos, drawing enemies towards him for some slappy. The less allies near and the more enemies near increase the damage and pull of the abilities. Alright, this is the ultimate. Boneless, credit to Rick. Take a drink of his bourbon, greatly increasing his meter, or beer, slightly decreasing it. If his I don't give a fuck meter gets too high, he enters Relly Trelly mode. The goal is to keep it on the perfect line called the extra confidence line, giving him various boosts. If he passes it, he turns into Relly Trelly. He spends 90 seconds bumbling around feeding. He moves slower, attacks slower, and all his attacks all go slightly to the left or right. Perfect.
Ooh.
Honestly,
Alright.
that's really well done.
That was beautiful.
That's literally just a story of how many times Fro got drunk on the Olympian summit.
Oh.
Bruh, okay, listen here. Day 1, fucking Trelly is like, let's go
Bates.
buy some liquor. So I'm like, cool, I'll buy a 5th of Jaeger. Everyone else bought like a 5th. And no one else drank their 5th. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to just fucking throw mine away. So every night, Fro's like, I'm going to have a glass.
Or 3.
Or, well, you know what? I was sitting in a hotel lobby recording a fucking podcast at 1 a.m. Of course I'm going to have a fucking glass of Jaeger.
Dude, it was fun, though.
Yes, it was.
I should know.
All right, Nevaeh.
Trilly, before he
You're
left for the summit, he left the entire bottle of Captain Morgan in the fridge. Almost caught us like a $20, $30, $40 charge.
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
I wonder how much liquor gets left at hotels. Probably a shit ton.
Well, we left a shit ton, yeah.
Nev, you're up.
Alright.
Nevaeh?
Yeah, I'm here. All right. Nevaeh 03. Picture a stereotypical female accountant, except with a pocketed polo. I mean, super stereotypical female accountant. You know, I resent that. I don't own a single polo.
Well, you're
Ability
missing out.
1.
Polos are OP.
Ability 1. Lovey-dovey is my friend. Lovey peeks out of her pocket and blows bubbles that heal allies. Enemies can pop the bubbles, but it will temporarily slow them. The more it levels, the more bubbles and healing or slow come from it. Ability 2. Monster of the mid lane. Nev shoots an ability from all the mages that she has diamond randomly. So Poseidon Whirlpool, Vulcan Meatball, Hera Poly, etc.
You have
I don't
Hera
get an
Diamond?
ability 3. Yes, I do have Hera Diamond.
That's
Damn.
nasty.
I don't get an ability 3. Instead, I get 2 ults, apparently.
Yep.
Must nerf. OP. Ult number 1. Zoning ult. Nevaeh shoots Vulcan ult, Kraken, or any other ult that she can zone. If the ult hits, it does ult damage, but if it misses, it freezes every enemy within a certain range of the ult for 3 seconds, zoning her allies, allowing them to escape. Ult number 2. Panda Express. She summons Panda, and he runs around smacking people with bamboo.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Thank you.
This one's good. This is really
Alright.
good.
Dep Nation. Literally picture a male accountant, a super generic one who's probably bad at assassins. So he's obviously an assassin. I'm thinking Dwight from The Office. Passive. I'm your host. None of Depp's abilities do damage because he's a kind host.
Oh,
Ability
no.
1. Ability 1. Depp finds a date. Depp finds a date and meets my wife and I at Coopersock for a free wine tasting.
Perfect.
Ability 2. Mediocre transition. Depp provides a mediocre transition, boosting his attack speed in the jungle. Ability 3 is moving on. Depp shouts, moving on!
Out of nowhere.
Regardless if anyone is talking, arguing, or awkward silences, pushing enemies away from him.
Moving on.
Is I know corn. Depp turns into a giant corn cob and rolls around the map, knocking enemies into the air. And when they land, they turn into popcorn and are stuck as popcorn for a second or so.
Perfect.
So it's a Geb rollout, but when I hit people, they get Kernuno salted.
Yep, pretty much.
That's OP.
OP. This is the perfect Fro. It's hysterical. I love it. Fro.
Really?
It's perfect. And I'm not trying to be racist because he literally did this so that you would put a taco in the game because he knows you're the Olympian. That's the reason he picked this one for you.
That makes me feel kind of bad because my answer was literally like, Fro, he's literally taco. Thanks for writing all this shit coughing. I'm not reading about a taco.
If you want to know what it was, he put this in as a God suggestion forever ago. You can go back and listen to that one.
Yes. Still not reading about a fucking taco.
He's
Next
literally
we have
a taco.
Ash Backstrom. 619. Starts off with, first we have Fro. Insert a photo of Fro getting hair did. If you guys have seen the Twitter, you know. I'm probably going to give our new thumbnail slave a Wild Deathstroke a picture, and he'll use it in this thumbnail. All right, passive. Can I get a help? When Fro plays with a top-tier troll member, his ability's damage is increased by 15% if no one enters his lane. But if anyone triple T enters his lane, he loses 15% ability damage. Which makes a lot of sense, because that's how it goes down.
Yep.
Like, literally in laning phase, I can't do shit if anyone else is in my lane. And it's not against them. Like, just, it falls apart so far. Let's see. Ability 1, known issue. It's a line ability. If faced with a god that has a bug, his abilities miss. If the god is laggy, his ability hits. Ability number 2, Nani. It's a dash. If the dash is successfully executed without interruption, Fro goes invisible for 2 seconds. But if it fails, he is rooted for 2 seconds, and a giant Nani appears. This sounds like my game against fucking Rick when I was playing Izanami, and he would fucking root me with Scotty. Oh my god, I was raging. Yeah, he went Scotty jungle. I was fucking Izanami. He built Crusher. That shits on my stealth. Ability 3, Smite Dad. It's a cone. Gods hit by dad speed. Gods get hit by dad speed. Gods get dad speed. 20% speed reduction for 2 seconds and gain stack for each god hit. And the next hit on Fro has damage reduction, or reduced by 5 per sec. Oh my god. 5. Ash, dude, you gotta work with me, bud. Reduce by 5 per stack. Max stack 6. That was rough.
I don't think that was
rough.
I don't think that was him. I think that was you.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like 50-50.
It was a little bit of both.
It was 50-50. I said you gotta work with me here. Alt, Cupid main. Transformation. Fro transforms to Cupid and can use one ability. Willow. It's a 50-50. You gotta work with me here.
That one is a little rough.
Yeah, cooldown is 240 seconds. No CDR can be used to reduce the cooldown. I'm not gonna lie, that I wouldn't complain with an alt that turned me into Cupid.
You're only Cupid for one ability, though. All right, it's my
That's all you
turn.
need.
We have
I mean,
Willow
all you need's the ult.
Yeah.
on a 240-second cooldown.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
All right.
Don't
Next
at
we have Willow. Insert female name. I don't know why. Passive. No more
Because the meme.
calling me a girl. Okay. If Willow is near a female character, he starts girl talk and increase. I am literally gonna read over you so I don't have to hear you. And increases movement and ability damage by 10%. Near male characters, they get movement speed increase, but Willow loses movement speed by 10%.
Wow.
Ability 1. Are you kidding me? Buff. Heals allies only if they are half health or more. This is because those that keep dodging don't get healed. Exactly. Ability 2.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Shield. Shield cleanses any CC but life steals from whoever it hits. Lasts 4 seconds and hope you don't get shielded. Ability 3. Get shit on, kid. Cone. If enemy is killed, Willow gains a stack that increases defenses by 5%. Max stacks at 10. For each stack, the aura of your... Okay. For each stack, the aura of
I
your
don't know,
items
Willow. I think
increase
that
by
was
10%.
just him.
Yeah, that was rough. All right, ultimate. I'm a support. Global. Willow picks one ally and they get increased defenses for every enemy within 55 units and lifesteal for 15 seconds. During the ability, Willow can attack but can use abilities at a decreased cooldown reduction. Oh my.
Next is Depp. Insert picture of Ymir. Depp has all of Ymir abilities.
That's a good guy. I like that.
Clean.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
clean. That's clean.
Real clean.
Perfect.
Diamond that.
You know what?
I'll,
I would like to add something to that though.
Okay.
This depth version of Ymir has an additional passive that when he is on your team, everybody automatically has Phantom because you're gonna need it because his walls are fucking awful.
Perfect.
No, hold on.
No,
hold
you-
up.
50%
Only-
Phantom is
only
locked. You
he
can't
has
buy
Phantom.
it.
I have Phantom. Instant automatic relic. Depp has Phantom.
No joke, he did buy Phantom one time. He was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get Phantom because I know I'm gonna wall you guys off.
Oh no.
Could you imagine a
That's
guy
big
that had a
brain.
passive so you
Those
can
are
make
big
it
brain
so
plays.
a item isn't bought?
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like each game they can pick one item that can't be built.
Ooh.
I'm not
Like
saying
during
do
picks
it.
and bans, you
That's
can
OP.
item ban.
Like one item ban per team or per person.
Just I'd say just one item. Like that's their passive or their passive is just one item. The entire game cannot be bought. And it's just
You
like,
negate
I don't know,
beads.
Genji
Nobody's
guard.
allowed beads.
It's just the Monopoly guy. His
No, I didn't
passive
say
is
relic.
the Monopoly.
I didn't say relic. I didn't say relic. Item. Relic will be
Okay.
busted. No beads is like it.
No
Well,
boots.
your team can't buy beads either. No one can buy beads.
Yeah. No one can buy beads.
No,
I
no, no.
mean,
Your
nobody.
team
No
can't buy. Nobody can buy boots too, so nobody buys boots.
Silent
it'd be a
Reveries.
T3. It'd be a
Insert
T3,
picture of
so-
himself upside down. Passive dyslexia on the screen. You can't read any of your abilities, and allies within 240 units can't read their abilities either. Ability 1, you cannot read your abilities. Ability 2, you still can't read it. Ability 3, don't even try because you can't. Ultimate, you can finally read your
Joke's
abilities.
on you. I can't read anyways.
Oh no!
That was so good.
Not my fault. You can't read.
All right,
Lastly,
literally last one.
Lastly, Nevea. Insert pic of a pumpkin spice latte. Passive. Late night drunk time. The longer the game goes, Nev gets drunk, and after 30 minutes, the controls are inverted and abilities are flipped. F. Ability 1. I'm helping. Buff and AoE. Allies gain increased attack speed and lifesteal, but as soon as someone misses an auto, it is done.
Oh no!
Ability 2.
You better
Not
hope I'm
the
not on your
bees.
team.
Right? Ability 2, not the bees. AoE. Nev launches bees into the air, slowing enemies by 2 seconds, and debuffs them for 3 seconds. Also, if an ally is in the AoE, they will gain 1% defense. Ability 3, boy did I frag. Buff. Autos gain increased attack speed and damage by 5%, and if Nev misses an auto, the ability ends. Ult. Monster of the mid lane. Nev can use any ult in the game, but once it is used, that's it. Once she's gone through all of them, it resets.
That's
that'd
cool.
be dope.
That's
That'd
really
be dope.
cool.
It's a random one each time you use it too.
That would be even.
Would
better.
that include stance switchers? It's just like my ult is I'm
Ooh.
switching a stance.
And I just
Unfor-
think they're not on the list. That'd be cool. Could you just imagine like each time it's just a random one? Like you don't even get to choose, just random.
It's just random, yeah. The
I'd
coding
be so
for that would
upset
be
that
awful.
time you're ready to frag and you're like, oh, I got a Capri ult.
I gotta get real. Bro, I'm gonna get you out.
Oh no.
Or like, who else has got like kind of a lackluster ult that would suck to have?
It's
I know
just
that
a
ultimates are
Chronos
supposed
ult.
to be good.
You're
just a
looking for
Chronos
damage.
ult.
You just rewind. You're like, fuck! I needed that damage.
I'm all the way back in Fountain. Nani.
You just get a stance switcher's ult. Just does nothing.
No, we removed them from the list.
You get the Morgan's
The
ult.
Morgan's ult. Big bro.
Oh, that would suck.
Oh.
It just pops
I
up
like
with the
it.
Morgan alt screen. You're like, the fuck? God. Now I
But
gotta.
would that take away? But would that take away from the pool? Like if you ult as Morgan and you ult into like a Poseidon, would that now Morgan and Poseidon be out of the pool?
No,
I would
because
think just
technically the
Morgan.
game considers that a whole new generated character, so it should be just
Oh,
fine.
okay. All right. Yeah, I'll take it.
There we go.
All
Let's
right.
see. Who else has underwhelming ultimates?
I think we're talking about this one too much.
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
So,
I
that
just
was a
want to
really
say
long one,
this was fucking awesome.
but that was good.
It was awesome.
Yes. I realized
are
that we
amazing.
possibly say too many, like we say certain things too much, possibly.
Really? I don't say let's go ever. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was reading that. I'm like, dude, this sounds like playing a game with Willow.
Yeah, that's playing a game with Willow. Get shit on, kid.
Why would you do that?
Ooh.
What are you doing?
But you don't have Calder.
Oh.
You just
unfair.
magically yeet
Sweet.
yourself.
Oh, dropping
gosh.
Argus. That'd be crazy.
Oh,
We're getting sidetracked again.
All right.
we are. Sorry.
We have a couple shout outs. I want to start with Gilly. SML Gilly has been low-key doing some artwork for us. Go follow him on Twitter at SML Gilly. You can find him in his own Discord. He's been doing a lot of work. He's a pretty cool dude. He's also working on some stuff currently behind the scenes for our Patreon. Shout out to our newest $20 patron, Sir Embers. Thank you for the $20 donation. Also shout out
Thank
to
you.
B Bombi, Mick Largan. I always say his name wrong. That's Lantern. And
Just Lantern.
And Stofmeister. They are all our $20 patrons. Shout outs to all of them for the support. If you are interested in finding us and supporting us on Patreon, it is patreon.com/BOTG podcast. You can find us, create an account, and support us. We are $2, $5, $20, and $50 patron levels, all with their own little perks. Also, we are working on the bonus episode content for that. I don't know if we're gonna try and record it after this ? But
Question mark.
that's coming soon.
Sounds
I
good.
promise. Hopefully by the
Yeah.
beginning of November we will have that out.
Absolutely.
Am I missing any shout outs?
Yes, shout out to a Wild Deathstroke once again
Oh,
for
yes.
doing all of our thumbnails for YouTube. They are
Thumbnail
looking
slave.
sexy
Yeah. How
as
could we
fuck.
forget?
Thank you.
Yeah, he
Thumbnail
changed his
Slave.
name to Thumbnails.
He is actually
Right.
Thumbnail Slave in our Discord.
Discord.
Also, since we talked about the Patreon, let's
Ooh,
talk.
He's got a video getting ready to be released too on his YouTube. Be
Yeah, go
prepared for
check him
that.
out. Go follow him on YouTube. I'm sorry.
He's got good stuff.
Go subscribe to him on YouTube. Use the lingo. Press that like. Smash
like
that
his
like
post.
button.
All right, you're cringing the fuck out.
You're welcome. So, lastly, since we're talking about Patreon, our Teespring discount code is still in effect if you are interested in getting stuff all the way up until the Wednesday after Worlds. You have 10% off using BOTG to HRX. Go support us there. We've had a few orders recently, so thank you for the people that have recently supported. But if you are looking for merch and to support us a little bit more, teespring.com/BOTG-podcast for that one. Links will be in the description.
Yeah, they will. Let's not forget about wildmonkeydesign.com
wildmonkeydesign.com
for all your design needs.
And NCS, they're going to do a dope-ass outro.
Yeah, they are. But before we get to that outro, THEMIGHTYSHWORD, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Really, I only Xbox Live, THEMIGHTYSHWORD, as it's spelled everywhere. Twitter at TShword. That's really it.
We'll link that in the description as well. Go give him a follow. He's your Olympian on Xbox. You should be following him.
And the rest of us will
I'll
be
say
in
you're
the
super
description.
active in the Xbox Olympian Discord.
Yeah, it's my
I
place.
see you chatting in there all the time.
I am not in that Discord.
Thanks for stopping by. We will see you on the other side of the battleground.
Bye-bye!
Am I dying?
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Love you.
I can see